Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I wasn't going to do a third video on this, but the gentleman that asked me. So I took a clip art of a horse and I traced it and I got rid of the excessive mane, tail uh, shapes. And all I did, I'm gonna left click no fill, right click outline. And all I did was take the shape tool and I'm just going to select those and delete them, select those and delete them. Maybe even select those and delete them. We're just going to get mainly a better rendition of a horse. Hit the delete key this time and do the same. But on the tail, I'm going to use the smoothing tool just to show you how that works. It's actually set a little bit too high, but we're just going to smooth it out. And then we're going to make I think I messed up his ears. So we're going to, or I didn't take away some of the nodes. So I'm going to do that. We can always bring his neck back, bring it back down. Good enough. You could take some more time. Then we're going to make his ears a little bit taller than they probably would be, just so we'll have something to blend to. That doesn't look too bad. I could take a little more time to take a little bit of the notches out, but it's good. Then I've drawn two discs, two circles, 0.1 inch, just so I do the same. I am going to open up the blend docker, go to effects and blend, and I'm going to grab those two and I'm going to blend them. I don't know how many times. I'm going to say 190 times. Do the same we did in the other video. Blend it and then blend it to full path. That doesn't look too bad. You can manually, after you break the blend apart by going to object, well, you have to really select the whole thing with the pick tool to do that. Then go up to object and break the blend apart. Then you should be able to manually move these dots, maybe to the point of the ear. So you will have to do a little bit manually. Whoop. And whenever you get that, you got to go to object and ungroup them. So what I'm going to have to do is select the whole thing again, go up to object, group and ungroup so we can manually move each of the dots, and you could, I got the shape tool. Wow. Let me do it again. Select it all, go up to object, group. Let's convert it to a curve, see what happens. Oh, I'm grabbing the line, that's what's happening. So let's try to grab just that disc or circle. That don't look half bad. But what we could do before we do all that, before we blend that, we're going to take this horse and we're going to open up the contour docker and we're going to contour it 8 times, 0.15, and see what it looks like. Now, some of them are completely gone, but we still got the outside and some inner parts. We're going to select it all, go up to object and break the contour part. Then we're actually going to set our nudge factor on 8 inches or more. Let's go 9. We're going to grab that outside contour and move it over. Now we just have some other contours and we can move it over. We need to go to object, group, and ungroup them. Let's grab the second contour and then maybe put the third contour down, the fourth contour down and over, the fifth and you could do this manually, but it might come out pretty good. We're going to move that up. And for right now, we're just going to delete those. Then you need to take these and go to object and break the curve apart and get rid of these little bitty sections that we do not want to blend. Whoop, I didn't break the curve apart on that one. So do the same thing here. Object, break curve apart. Get rid of those little bitty lines we can't use. Now we're going to take our 2 dots, move them over here, and because we've nudged, we can nudge it right back. So let's blend 190 times, blend to a path, put on the path, blend the full path, and that looks pretty good. Then take the second one, which would be this one. Let's make a duplicate of these so we'll have them. Go ahead and make a couple copies. And then select these 2. Probably need like 180, let's say, because it is smaller. Hit apply, blend along full path, hit the horse, blend along the path, and then blend along full path. And this is what you're going to get. You've got dots now after we remove the lines that kind of fill up the center. So we'll do one more. This is probably the next biggest. We'll grab that. Let's blend it 170 times. We're just doing less and less. So we then blend along new path, put it on that path, blend along full path, hit apply. And because we've nudged, we can nudge it right back. And and of course you'd probably want to make your dots bigger. And actually you can see now we've got too many dots. So we could back up here and take those 2 dots. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Let's take these 2 dots and just blend them. Let's say 150 times because it must be quite a bit smaller. Hit apply, blend along full path, or next, blend along the new path, blend along full path, hit apply, and then sometimes you have to click off of it, click it back, and then nudge it over. And if you just keep doing that to smaller and smaller, these are actually still too close. But then what you get, if you take everything and go up to object and break the 13 objects apart, then I would go somewhere where you can see all 3 lines and take that line and hit delete, delete, and hopefully delete. And if you just keep doing that, now some of them might have to be manually moved or removed. You know, if you go up to object, group, and ungroup, then you can just manually just delete some of these ones that were, you know, in there, and then you could manually move some around. Just kind of space them out like those are too close, maybe delete one. There is a program where you could fill it in with dots, but that's a macro and another, you know, and then just do 2 more, and then you could manually fill in the other ones. Pretty cool effect. And then you could, like on the other one where we didn't quite, you know, maybe we should have contoured it a little bit less or more, but you could take these dots and move them down and add, you know, hit the plus key and just get another one, and then delete some of these ones that are on top of each other, and then just hit the plus key, move it up, plus key. And like I said in the other video, the reason I'm not using the duplicate key, because if we did it with the duplicate key, duplicate Control D, if we took that, and I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to Control D and move it, and if I move it here, the next Control D will be equal to that movement. So I won't be able to do anything. You could make a bunch of duplicates like that and then move them around. Anyway, I hope that answered his question, and thank you for watching.